Everywhere in the world there are Filipinos, hardworking, resourceful, and smiling despite challenges. In every country we go to, we bring our culture, faith, and dreams for our families. But not all stories are of success. Many experience hardship, discrimination, and failure. Going abroad is a gamble, not always a win, not always happy. I'm Marco, and in this video we'll take a look at the other side of an OFW's life. Let's find out which countries are the hardest for Filipinos in 2025. Not just by numbers, but by real stories. From low wages, expensive rent, to discrimination, these are the stories often unheard. The goal to provide information and a warning, not to scare. For those planning to go abroad, I hope this serves as a guide. Let's start our journey and discussion. Saudi Arabia, one of the most sought-after destinations for millions of Filipinos seeking a better life abroad. For decades, it has promised opportunity, hope, and a chance to provide for loved ones back home. But for many, the reality is far from the paradise they imagined. Loneliness and homesickness often fill the small, quiet rooms where they live. Most OFWs, especially those in domestic work or construction, receive wages that are barely higher than the minimum wage in the Philippines. Despite the promise of higher pay, many struggle to save enough for their families. The kafala system means their visa and legal status are tied to their employer, making it difficult to leave or change jobs. This system often leaves workers feeling trapped and powerless. Confiscated passports, delayed or unpaid wages, and the constant fear of losing their jobs, these are common stories for many OFWs in Saudi Arabia. Rights that many take for granted, like freedom of expression, the ability to organize or even to protest, are almost non-existent here. Workers must be careful with every word and action. The cultural shock is real. Strict laws, a conservative society, and limited personal freedom make daily life a challenge. Adapting to new customs is a must for survival. The desert heat is relentless, health risks are high, and the longing for family never fades. Every day is a test of endurance and sacrifice. Yet despite all these hardships, many Filipinos persevere. Their love for family and the hope of a brighter future keep them going, even when the odds seem impossible. They are the modern-day heroes, nurturing dreams in the harshest of places, hoping that one day their sacrifices will bear fruit and their dreams will bloom in the desert. But how long can this endurance last? What is the true cost of these dreams, and who will remember the sacrifices made in silence? The story of Filipinos in Saudi Arabia is a testament to resilience and strength. It is also a call for more humane policies and greater protection for migrant workers everywhere. They send more than just remittances. They send their blood, sweat, and tears, building not just their own dreams, but the dreams of a nation. Their sacrifice should never be forgotten. Every story, every struggle, deserves to be honored and remembered. Let us stand together and fight for their rights, for justice, and for dignity for every Filipino worker abroad. They are the true heroes of our time, brave, resilient, and deserving of our deepest respect. Hong Kong, a symbol of opportunity, a city that never sleeps, where dreams are built on the promise of a better life. For many, it shines as a beacon of hope, drawing people from all over the world, especially from the Philippines. But beneath the city's glittering lights, Filipino domestic helpers face a reality full of challenges and sacrifices. Every Sunday, Central becomes a sea of familiar faces, a brief escape from the daily grind. The cost of living is high, especially for housing. Often they live in small rooms or spaces, sometimes sharing with others with barely enough privacy or comfort. Many helpers sleep in converted storage rooms, kitchens, or even living room corners. Long working hours, often beyond what's set, and on call almost all week. Days off are rare, and rest is a luxury. The work is physically and emotionally demanding, with little time for themselves. Discrimination and abuse, verbal, emotional, and sometimes physical, are not new. Many endure unfair treatment, withheld wages, or even threats of deportation simply for standing up for their rights. Fear of complaining because of the 2-week rule, only 2 weeks to find a new employer, or they have to go back to the Philippines. This rule leaves many feeling trapped, afraid to speak out, and constantly anxious about their future. Pressure, stress, and mental health issues are common problems but often not talked about. Many suffer in silence, missing their families and carrying the burden of being the breadwinner back home. Despite everything, the Filipino community is strong, united, helping each other, and fighting for their rights. They find comfort in shared meals, laughter, and stories, building a home away from home. Their togetherness is a pillar amidst sadness and challenges. In times of crisis, they lift each other up, proving that no one is truly alone. They are proof that even with thorns, there's still a sparkle of hope. Their resilience shines through, inspiring others to keep going. Every smile has a story of sacrifice. Behind each one is a family waiting, dreams being built, and a future being shaped by hard work and perseverance. Every day is a fight for the future. Each task, no matter how small, is a step toward a better tomorrow for themselves and their loved ones. In Hong Kong, the Pearl of the Orient has a thorn, but the light never fades. The city's beauty is matched only by the strength of those who call it home, even if just for a while. They are the true strength of community spirit in a foreign land, showing the world that hope and unity can thrive, even in the toughest of places. Qatar, a country developing fast but with a shadow of hardship for OFWs. Intense job competition. Many skilled workers receive wages that don't match their skills. High cost of living, rent, food, and transportation eat into earnings. Many Filipinos cram into shared accommodations to save money. Kafala system reforms have been made, but it's not perfect yet. Abuse still happens. Social barriers and feeling like a foreigner deepen sadness and loneliness. Construction workers, exposed to extreme heat and health risks. Laws against working at noon are not always followed. Despite everything, the Filipino community is vibrant. Sports fests, cultural events, and helping each other. Unity is the weapon against challenges. Behind Qatar's shine, every OFW carries pain. They hope there's a reward for every sacrifice. Italy, a country full of art and history, but life isn't always sweet for Filipinos. Income gap, many undocumented workers work for low wages, no benefits, and are vulnerable to abuse. Unemployment is high, competition is tough, and contracts are often temporary. Social integration, there's casual racism and the stereotype that Filipinos are only domestic workers. Learning Italian, though important, isn't enough to remove the barrier. Slow and complicated bureaucracy, stress in renewing permits and family reunification, common job caring for the elderly, emotionally and physically tiring, often 24/7. Sadness and longing are part of daily life. Despite everything, the community is lively. Churches and organizations are centers of support. They preserve Filipino culture and help each other in times of need. Even if some experiences are bitter, unity and faith prevail. Every Filipino in Italy has a story of courage and hope. They are the true La Dolce Vita of community spirit. Singapore, Lion City, a global hub, and a dream for many Filipinos. However, the cost of living is very high. Rent, food, and education take a big chunk of their salary. Job market competition is fierce, not just locally but globally. Work pressure, long hours, and difficulty achieving work-life balance. There's subtle racism and the stereotype that Filipinos are domestic helpers. For S-Pass and work permit holders, wages are lower and rights are limited. Often they live far from the city center and stay in dormitories. Strict laws, a small mistake, a big punishment. Freedom of expression is limited. Despite everything, there are opportunities and safety that are hard to match. The Filipino community is active. Churches and social groups are their support. They continue to strive for a better future. In the Lion City, even if the claws of challenge are sharp, Filipinos remain strong. They are the true strength behind Singapore. UAE, Dubai, and Abu Dhabi, symbols of luxury and opportunity but with heavy challenges. Housing is very expensive. Many Filipinos cram into bed spaces to save money. Wage disparity. Western expats have higher salaries while Asians, including Filipinos, have lower ones. Legal protection not always strong, and it's hard to complain due to the threat of a visa ban. Culture of debt. It's easy to borrow money, but dangerous. Not paying debts is a crime. Social stratification. There's a clear gap between Emiratis, Westerners, and Asian expats. Often Filipinos feel like second-class citizens. Access to some social circles and schools is limited. Despite everything, the community is strong, helping each other and celebrating unity. Every sacrifice is for the golden future of their family. Under the desert sun, the Filipinos' fight continues. They are the true gold of the UAE. South Korea, the country of K-pop and K-drama, where vibrant city lights and catchy music fill the air, and where millions are drawn by the promise of opportunity and a better life. But for many Filipinos who come here to work, The reality is far from the glamorous world seen on TV. Life is hard, and every day brings new challenges. The language barrier is one of the biggest hurdles. Hangul is difficult to learn, especially for those who arrive with little or no background in Korean. Yet, learning the language is essential for daily life, whether it's buying groceries, asking for directions, or simply making friends. Without it, even simple tasks can feel overwhelming. Limited jobs for foreigners, usually factory work. Most Filipinos end up in factories where the work is not only hard and dangerous but also repetitive and physically demanding. Long working hours, often 12 hours or more, leave little time for rest or family. Social exclusion is another struggle. Korean society is often closed to outsiders, making it difficult to form genuine connections. Many Filipinos feel isolated, unable to break into Korean social circles. Discrimination and stereotypes against Southeast Asians still exist, making it even harder to feel accepted. For Filipino women married to Koreans, there's added pressure to adapt to new family expectations and cultural traditions. The hurry culture of Korea means life moves at a relentless pace, leading to high stress and mental health issues. Many struggle with homesickness and the pressure to succeed, but they keep going for their families back home. Despite everything, there are also stories of success and happiness. Higher salaries with the employment permit system, EPS, allow them to support loved ones. And in places like Hiewadong, a strong Filipino community thrives. Here they gather together, help each other, and find comfort in shared experiences. They celebrate their culture, teach their children Filipino values, and create a home away from home. Every Filipino in Korea has a story of challenge and hope, of sacrifice and resilience. They dream that one day, their lives will be as beautiful as a K-drama. In truth, they are the real stars of their own story. Brave, determined, and inspiring. We've looked at the challenges of OFWs in Saudi, Hong Kong, Qatar, Italy, Singapore, UAE, and South Korea. Every story is a reminder of Filipino courage and resilience. The journey doesn't end here. There are many more stories and lessons to hear. What's important enough knowledge and preparation before going to another country? I hope this video served as a guide. I'm Mark O. Subscribe for more stories of our new heroes. Thank you very much, and until the next journey.